Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week, this is for November 2023. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this Loyal Heart card and this Higher Power card. Let's see what this is talking about. I feel like you're looking for a loyal heart, especially for those of you that want love. The Three of Swords could say, obviously, that you've been hurt or you're healing from some sort of past hurt. And, again, I think you're just looking for something that's kind of like more loyal, obviously. For others of you, I feel that you're, you've been working really hard on something here. And, I feel like it's like you need to see more results here. Yeah, well, this looks pretty good going this way. Like if you've been working hard and you haven't been getting the results that you hope for, then I would say going this diagonal, we're about to finish that diagonal right now. Yeah, 2 6s. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love 2 6s. To me, 2 6s says you're going the right direction. It's kind of like just confirmation for your path, more or less. So, in a lot of ways, I feel this is saying that you are heading in the right direction here. You also have one of my favorite cards in this deck right here. It says, don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. So I kind of do feel that you are turning your life into a masterpiece here. We're going to have to see like where. I do feel like the universe is trying to communicate with you here is what I'm getting. Something needs to die in your life, which we see right here going, both ways, this way and this way. 5 of Swords is like some sort of separation. 10 of Swords is something that's dead, done, over with. King of Pentacles, it's not really a card of holding on to anything, but he is the card of convention, the way things used to be. And it's really funny that you have that change card, at the top of that row. We'll talk about it in a minute. But that change card is obviously about change. And the King of Pentacles, he might not necessarily enjoy change, or he might not necessarily, do a change, he might not necessarily change in general. And so, I feel for a lot of you that you are being guided to release something or let something go. Even the Three of Swords, you could argue that the Three of Swords is a card of needing to let go of something because, these 3 swords are in your heart. And so it kind of represents needing to forgive the past so that you can have something greater in your life. And I also feel like if things haven't, like I said, this does not have to be love. If you've been working hard on something and you haven't been seeing results, I feel this, Three of Swords is a card of a temporary period of time. It's raining on this card, and, rain obviously doesn't rain forever. So, it kind of just represents something temporary. You have the 7 of Wands. I do feel like you have to let your guard down. For those of you that do want love, it's kind of like an okay love reading, I would say. Again, I feel like there may be some healing to do. We're going to clarify the whole entire reading, so, we'll see what comes up. But, I feel if you want love, you have to open up a little bit here. As always, you have a fire sign showing up in your readings, right? So it could be a fire sign coming in for you. Could be any sign, general reading. But, fire always. The 7 of Wands is kind of like needing to open up. I also feel that for a lot of you, as I always say, this is a card of conviction. It's like when you know that something is for you, then it automatically becomes for you. It's like when you believe something so deeply that there is no other way than for you to have it, then that's when you will have it. You have the 10 of Wands here. Again, I feel this is all the work that you've been doing. He's about to reach his home here. Personally, I know a lot of readers don't like this card, and I understand why, but, personally, I do like it because he's carrying his harvest, and he's about to reach his home right here. So really, he is about to find success. He's about to have a harvest. He's about to claim his abundance, and, I kind of feel that for you here, Taurus. So let's see. With the 3 of Swords, you have the 4 of Pentacles. We know this because of this right here. You could even say that the 6 of Cups there. 6 of Cups is a card of innocence and nostalgia. I don't necessarily read it as an ex coming back, although you do have the Knight of Wands here. So I would protect yourself if you have an ex coming back. But what I would say is that, it can just represent holding on to, past ideas or kind of like the way things used to be, which is, you have this change card right here as well. It's kind of funny, like, just watching people, talk all about like inflation, like all this other stuff. And, I think a better attitude nowadays is just like head down, nose to the grindstone, create your own reality, do the work that the best work that you can do, basically. And I'm not saying that we should like ignore it necessarily, but at the same time, it's kind of like, we're leaving an old system behind and stepping into a new system. And so I would just say like start embracing the new system. And we're going to talk about that in your reading. But I think that's the easiest way for success for you here. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, passionate new beginning. It's almost like a magnetic pull to something. I feel like you keep getting pulled to something here. uh, excuse me. This could be a person. But I really kind of feel for some of you, it's something you're working on. Again, you have this masterpiece card. I wouldn't really call this a love reading. I mean, there's a little bit of love here, like I said, and again, it could be a person, but I think for most of you, I feel that, there's something that you need to work towards or on. And it's something maybe that is a little bit creative. And, anything we do is creative. I think people think creative, they think, oh, I have to, create a piece of art or whatever. And that it could be, right? But also, like, just having a business can be creative. Improving your life in some way can be creative. So I would embrace creative opportunity with the Ace of Wands specifically. With the Ten of Wands, you have the High Priestess. Every single person is getting, like, High Priestess, Moon, Pisces cards, basically. I think that it's, we have Saturn and Pisces, Neptune and Pisces. I talk about it all the time. If you don't have some sort of crazy-ass dream that you're trying to manifest, then you need to get one. Because, if there was ever a time where you could, win the lottery, so to speak, and I'm not literally encouraging you to go gamble, but what I'm talking about is, maybe you have always had a dream of starting a zoo in your backyard or whatever it is. It's always animals with me, right? But, what I would say is whatever it is, doesn't matter. But again, if you ever have had a crazy dream, like now is a time where you could actually maybe make it happen if you put the work in. So Saturn is kind of like, well, if you do the work, then you can make your Neptune and Pisces crazy ass dream a reality. You're gonna have to do the work. You're gonna have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But I would have something crazy that I'd be working towards. Whether you get there or not doesn't matter. Because what I would say is, one of my favorite quotes of all time, Les Brown. He says, it's better to aim high and hit than it is to aim low and miss. So, or the other way around. It's better to aim high and miss than it is to aim low and hit, right? So I would have some crazy idea, because even if you get like 10 times better than what you originally wanted, maybe you wanted maybe your crazy idea is to make $1 billion, but you make $100 million, right? Are you going to complain? Probably not. You'll probably be wiping your tears off your face with $100 bills. So, I would have some sort of crazy idea that you want to do with your life, something that seems impossible. Next, what are we doing? Yes, the unexpected. You have this main male card, you have this change card. It could be a person coming in for you if you want a person. I also kind of feel this is just, I'm getting like main character, I feel this is more about your story. The change card is, a card obviously about a change coming in. And I feel like that's like the hardest thing for you to do right now, Taurus, is to change, change the way you do things. Change your daily activity, your daily routine, change your business. These are all things that are going to be a little bit more maybe challenging for you, but I also feel they're going to lead you to exactly what you want, which is freedom, as I always say to you, Taurus. If I were a Taurus, and I have like 0 Taurus in my chart basically, so I'm not, but if I were a Taurus, I would be very focused on, doing things that make me, that bring more freedom into my life. And I'm not a Taurus, and I do, that's a big focus for me because we have all that energy in Taurus, right? So, I encourage people to do that. But again, we have to change to make that happen. You have the King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Five of Swords. King of Pentacles is obviously you showing up in a very strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, I love it because it puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading or just from your life in general. I do feel like something needs to be released. This is clearly a change that needs to happen. With going to the Ten of Swords, and you have the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're still going back and forth on something, and I feel like this is something that you're magnetically drawn to. So I feel like you are magnetically drawn to like an idea or a change you want to make in your life. Maybe you want to move, or maybe you want to start a business, or you want to make a change in your business, or some other change, obviously, with that change card, right? And I feel like maybe you try to block it out. I don't know. I don't know. It's not even, this energy isn't even showing up in the cards. It's just what I'm getting off of the reading in general, is that maybe at times you try to say, oh, no, this isn't, like, you don't want to look at the change, right? And I feel like this is saying, like, why? It's going to be a victory, whatever this change is. So, I would go for it. Six of Wands is a card of success, and of course, you also have like 2 6s here. I love 2 6s. Like I said, to me, 2 6s is almost better than the sun showing up in a reading. To me, 2 6s kind of say like the path in front of you is wide open. It's like super clear. There's no obstacles. So, whatever you're intuitively being drawn to, going this way is what and literally you could continue it all the way up to this card that says, don't fear a blank canvas, use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. So it's like some sort of change is going to lead to this masterpiece. You do have the Five of Swords here. Again, I would be careful of a past person. Look at this. we go Five of Swords, Ten of Swords to the Knight of Wands. You have the Six of Cups here. You know, Six of Cups, of course, I don't really read it as an X coming back, but, you know, putting all these pieces of the puzzle together, it makes sense. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Every single person. You know, I really feel that eclipse we had in Libra in October, you know, depending on when you're watching this, it might still be October, but, you know, again, that Libra eclipse specifically, I feel, was bringing a great, you know, either brought in or was bringing in a great deal of clarity. Queen of Swords, she has clouds only halfway up her body, and so she sees things clearly for the first time. And that's what I feel for you. It's like you are, you know, seeing the way forward, the path forward clearly. Still a little cautious. You know, she has that sword up, but she has her hand out. She's kind of like willing to receive, but she's not really moving forward. Yes, here you go. See, I'm telling you, this is, you know how they say curiosity killed the cat, which I think is BS in the first place. I think we should be curious. I think we should dig into mysteries. Every time I bring up curiosity, some little smart aleck says something about curiosity killing the cat. I'm like, well, we're not cats. So we are humans, and, you know, I think that we should embrace curiosity. You do have 2 cats, 3 cats right here. So I'm kind of putting my foot in my mouth right here, but you have a dog right here. So I'm going to say that 1 dog cancels out 3 cats. There you go. I would follow your curiosity here with the Page of Swords, because it's like you're, again, I feel like it's almost like a magnetic, it's like you're magnetically drawn to something. And it's something that you kind of maybe are a little bit afraid to do. I feel like it's something that could be like, you know, like I said, starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, you know, turning your life into a masterpiece. It's something that's like a little bit bigger than you. And I would encourage you to keep being curious, keep learning about whatever it is, like whatever this idea is. With the Five of Swords, you have the Emperor here. So you could be cutting out a controlling person. Definitely, clearly could be an Aries, or could have been in Aries that you're cutting out of your life. I also feel that it's time for you to take control of your life. So, yeah, there you go. I thought I was going to say something else, but nothing came out. So there you go. You have this, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Enterprise card and this Empathy card. I do feel you are very enterprising. I mean, again, just looking at your astrology is a very enterprising time for you, Taurus, I would say for a while. So, you know, again, anything you can do to create more freedom in your life. Obviously, if you're like starting a side hustle, side business, second job, even if you're retired, if you're, you know, selling corn on the, you know, that you grow in your backyard on the corner of the road, I don't care what you're doing. You know, again, anything that will increase your freedom is something that I would be doing. And this could include moving. It's like, you know, I tell everyone, especially you Earth signs, that, you know, Earth signs, I believe, are prime for like moving somewhere that's cheaper but better, you know? So like if there was ever a time for Earth signs to move, I would say over the next few years, it's like you're going to have to do your research. As I always say, you're not going to just magically find something. But if you do your research, you have like the best opportunity out of everyone to find a place like that I call a win-win-win-win-win, which is, you know, you find a place that's like cheaper, that's bigger, better, and maybe you get a job that pays you more money wherever you move to, right? That would be like a win-win-win-win-win. So, you know, that's what I'd be looking for. You have to be enterprising. Enterprising is, you know, the act of being enterprising is an action. So you can't, it's not going to magically fall into your lap, as I always say. The Empathy card is, again, I feel like people are listening to you, so, or like people want to help you at this time. So again, don't be afraid to like help, allow people to help you. You have the Six of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Swords here. Again, oh, I didn't even realize that. You have the Queen of Swords twice, so definitely major clarity here. I feel like you are clear on why something has to end as well. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe as well. You know, it can represent a turnaround, meaning that sometimes you maybe are bumping up against obstacles, and this can represent the removal of those obstacles. So like I said, I kind of feel the way forward is very clear for you, especially if you're working on a project, business, something else. Next, you have the Two of Swords. With all this clarity that's going on in this reading, I would say that you understand why something had to end the way that it had to end, and I really feel it so something better could come into your life. You know, pretty simple. Ten of Swords, he's making this symbol right here with his hands that represents a blessing in disguise. So I really feel there is like a blessing in disguise that's coming in for you right now, and I feel like you're going to be very happy. You know, sometimes I have some cards in the tarot that I consider clue cards, and it's not like an accurate meaning for the card, but Two of Pentacles is a card of settlements to me, and sometimes I feel it can be a settlement from the universe, meaning like the universe owes you energy and you're getting a windfall of energy, if that makes sense. Or, you know, the universe is settling up with you, as in you've done a bunch of work and now you're kind of, you know, getting the result or the reward. So that's what I see here. You have the Queen of Swords again, which is clarity. So again, I feel like you see how something from the past, it was a blessing in disguise, and it's like you're moving on to something else. Let's see. With the Six of Cups here, you have the Judgment card. As I always say, Six of Cups, I do not consider an ex coming back. Judgment is one of the only cards in the tarot that I consider an ex coming back. Of course, I would encourage you to move away from this person, for sure, but, there you go. And that's what I'll say there. I would encourage you to focus on the new, because I feel like there's something new coming in. I also, but again, at the same time, I don't even think you're focusing on love necessarily. This reading looks to me like if it shows up, great. But I think you're more focused on, building a masterpiece in your life, whatever that means for you. So, Judgment is your purpose. And I kind of feel you are on this path to your purpose as well, or discovering something that is clearly going to be a masterpiece. With the Ten of Swords, here you go. King of Pentacles twice. Whenever we have cards repeating themselves, excuse me, that kind of represents the fact that the universe is saying I meant what I said. So I feel like the universe is kind of saying I meant what I said here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory coming in for you. This could also be a truth that is kind of being revealed to you. You have two aces. Two aces to me is a definite yes to any question that I have not answered. Finally, in the area of the good stuff, you have the settling card. It says, your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find the true path. I feel like you are discovering your true path. This is the good stuff. It's going to be good no matter what. So, maybe you are seeing how you settled in the past and you're not willing to do that anymore. Funny enough, like a lot of people, in all the decks that I use, all these Oracle decks, there are very similar cards to this, that say don't settle, basically. And pretty much everyone this month has had one of those cards. So, it could just be a time where the universe is like, no, you need to go for the gold. You need to, again, go for your crazy ass Neptune idea, right? You have this card that says, don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. Yeah, again, some of you maybe are afraid of starting over. I don't really feel necessarily like starting over, but I feel more changing an idea, or kind of like upgrading an idea might be a little bit of a challenge for you. You have the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands is normally in and out energy. He is showing up in the good stuff. So again, I kind of just feel this is confirmation for your path. He's going on a journey, and I just feel that in your reading, it's kind of like saying you're on the right path. You have the Nine of Wands here. You have two cards that kind of represent the same thing. Nine of Wands and Seven of Wands both represent putting up boundaries. The Seven of Wands, I kind of look at the card as persistence, and Nine of Wands, I look at as the card of perseverance. To me, they're basically the same thing, because to be perseverant, you have to be persistent. So it's like they're the same energy, if that makes sense. And I kind of feel you are in this place where you're really dedicated to making something work. Again, something that I keep getting that word, like magnetically drawn to. I think that maybe if you start to change your mind, maybe you keep getting drawn back into an idea, or if this is a project that you're working on, maybe you lose track of time, for example, or you really get sucked into it. I would keep working on whatever that is, because I feel like even if it doesn't seem like it's working, it's working. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. So make sure to balance your energy. Although again, I haven't had that message in a long time about settling or settling up with the universe, something like that. So I feel like there's some sort of settlement coming in from the universe with the Two of Pentacles. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Hermit. So it could be a Virgo that you were dealing with or are going to be dealing with. So there you go. I'm not really getting anything there. So there you go. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups and the good stuff is great, because it says that you are being grateful for what you have. I always say the solution to the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you have in life. And when you're grateful, then you attract the bridge and the castle that's normally behind the guy. So again, I feel like there's something good coming in for you here, for sure. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, a harvest, for sure. You have the Ten of Wands twice here. You start and end, basically, in this row. Ten of Wands, Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands says you've been on a long journey, and you've been working hard towards something, and now you are being rewarded. So, let's see here. This is probably one of the better readings I've done for you. I'm pulling 5 main themes. These are all good cards, pretty much, except for one. You have this Bird Perch. It says, waiting for news, package, or letter. Definitely could be good news coming in for you. You have this Rainbow card. It says, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords. Excuse me. Both really good cards, and in this reading I feel like they're saying you're releasing burdens, and clearly you're getting to the end of a tough cycle. So don't stop working now. I always tell people I believe we're in a time of momentum. So again, it's like one of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art. He talks about how when we get very, very close to success, that's when we experience the most resistance, and so we need to push past that point. And I would add one thing onto that. I would keep the momentum going. Like, if you have a success, how can you make more of it? How can you kind of keep that momentum rolling, right? You have this mountain card. It says major obstacle to overcome. I don't really feel like there are obstacles. I feel like you're looking at something as a mountain, like whatever it is you're trying to do. It's like you feel like you're here, and like what you want is way over here, But I would say that maybe it is over here, but you need to go like a mile that direction is what I would say. Because again, I feel like you need to make something even bigger, because then you'll probably do twice this much, right? That probably made no sense, but there you go. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune on it. Love it. Definitely good fortunes coming in for you. And you have this success card. So there you go. Definitely a lot of success here. Turning your life into a masterpiece. Love it. Pretty simple. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.